to Hashtag Goals the Show.
My name is Chumi. I live in Brooklyn. I'm originally from Scotland. You might know me as the Ice Life. I'm a baker, mom. I budget, I freeze. We grew up with this baking mentality, everything was from scratch. There was no bakery with fresh cookies. My mother got up at 7 o'clock in the morning and made us fresh cookies.
Right. Yeah, it must be so fun living in your house.
For my kids, yes.
For the kids, yeah.
They end up with like chocolate chips for breakfast, sprinkles happens a lot.
What is the #1 budgeting tip that you can share with viewers?
To budget, you definitely need, it's not easy to do on your own. I use EveryDollar, which is like, I've used a lot of different apps and websites, and EveryDollar is like the best formatted budgeting website ever. Always just do a spreadsheet, calculate how much you get a month, and don't spend more than you get. I'm not the perfect budgeter. I go over budget. I mean, find me in Home Goods or Target and I'm like, whoa, forget about that. At least I'm in control. I know what's coming in. I know what's going out. I check on my credit cards every week. I know exactly where I'm holding.
There's no surprises in the bills.
Right.
Have you ever run out of freezer space with your freezing?
I did a few weeks ago, but that was only because I lent some of my freezer space to my brother. But in general, I have this big chest freezer, so when I do run out of space, it's not actually running out of space, it's just a mess. So if I take everything out and sort of like pile it neatly, like the 9x13s and then the bags, if I organize it neatly, then I don't generally run out of space, because also I'm eating it, and at the same time I'm putting stuff in, I'm also using it.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah.
So there's a system, it's an organized system.
I generally cook about once a month. And once a month I'll like stock up loads of stuff.
Right.
And then I sort of use it, and then at the end of the month it's kind of getting low, so I'll restock. So and then there's always that one sad 9x13 that I forgot about for like 5 months, and I'm like, oh, you little thing, come here, we'll have you for supper.
How do you plan what you're going to freeze? Is there a menu and you freeze it, or is it as you're in the mood for things and you're cooking?
What I do is I generally try to do it once a month, once every 2 months. I used to do everything on Sunday. I'll get up in the morning, I'll go shopping, stock up, then I'll come home and cook. It was so exhausting. So now when I do it, I do like on Thursday, I'll go like to the meat store, I'll stock up with all my meats and chickens and fish, and then Friday I'll do all the veggies, and I'll buy like all the the veggies and different things I need to cook stuff with.
Right.
Generally I don't have a menu. I just sort of like, oh, that looks good, maybe we'll make something that. I sort of come up with ideas in my head while I'm shopping.
Lately on your Instagram, you started opening up about mental health awareness. I've been following it and it's fantastic. Unfortunately, it's very close to home to many of us. I'm getting all teary-eyed. Sorry, oh my god. I lost a friend to suicide very recently. So thank you for what you do. Can you explain why you started opening up about this? Why did it now feel important to start discussing this?
People ask me like, when did you start feeling things? I don't know. That time of my life is very blurry. My memories are all like in the wrong order. It was a very difficult time for me, and I was just not feeling myself. It was I wasn't comfortable, and I got to a red light and I kind of had to put my car in park because I was I was moving my foot over, and instead of holding onto the brake, I was so tempted to put my foot on the gas pedal and just drive into traffic. And it was really it was a scary moment for me because I didn't want to die. I didn't want to kill myself. I didn't want that, but at the same time I wanted that, just get me out of the situation. I can't be here anymore. It's a very, very scary thing to go through, and to admit it to yourself, especially nowadays. It's a taboo topic. It is. So that was very hard, and eventually I did mention it a few times on Instagram here and there, and people were like, oh, you're so good that you can deal with this. Found a picture of myself from a long time ago, actually. It wasn't a picture from that day, it was like a throwback, and I kind of just made a post and I wrote when you look at this picture, do you see the crazy that they call me? Do you see the mental that they think I am? Do you see the medication not working? What do you see when you see this picture? Because I'm a normal person. I'm the same person you knew. I have an illness. I am not my depression. I have depression. I woke up the next morning to over 300 likes, which I think was the most I've ever gotten on a picture. I had about 25 messages from people saying how much it meant to them that I stepped up, and I said that's it. This is something I'm doing now.
Right.
I decided this is something I'm gonna take on myself. The feedback was amazing, and I said there's nothing to hide anymore. And don't get me wrong, it's still extremely hard. Every time I have to press share on that picture, and every time I film myself about 20 times before I post it. It's scary. It's so scary for me every time I feel extremely vulnerable. I just tell myself 100 times over that vulnerability will help one person, and I know it has because of the messages and the feedback I'm getting. Then that's my purpose of my Instagram page. That's the purpose of me. Like, God gave me this challenge. Let me help other people.
Okay, so these are your cupcakes.
Yes.
They're quite beautiful.
Like, some people love buttercream and they're like, oh, it tastes so good. And personally, it's too sweet for me.
Really?
If I do eat them, I take off the icing or I give it to my husband because he could eat it out of the bowl.
Really?
Yes.
That's a good balance then.
Yeah,
That's why you guys married each other.
Yeah.
Is it good? It's really good. Okay. You want some?
No.
I'm willing to share my cupcakes with you.
That's a really good big compliment.
If you agree that Chumi is #goals, then be sure to like and subscribe for more #goals the show. Thank you so much for being here, Chumi.